Yes, so when I wake up every morning, that's the first sign of I'm still here.
You're still here.
Yes,
That's
you
so
wake
powerful.
up and everything else just has to fall in place.
Yes,
Yes.
somehow.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to that period of time? I know we'll get into what you're doing now. So, but what was that period of time like, that 2.5 years? I know you went back to radio.
Nope.
You didn't?
Nope.
Oh, you're not in any radio station?
Nope. Nope.
Wow.
I haven't been to it. As in, I've not joined any radio station since then. And yeah, many things happened.
Okay.
I did the interview with you.
Yeah.
But majority of time I was helping with now all the other side hustles that I was doing. Helping with with Roya, helping with Parrot Group. And yeah, these are event companies that I run.
Okay.
And I was fortunate enough the year, just because now it's a year into this government.
Yes.
In a couple of weeks. And yeah, so the other year it was all campaign. So I was up and down, traveled all over the country. I was part of the campaign team for the president.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, Mr.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
We didn't know that.
Our
Well,
current
at
president.
least
Yes,
I
that's
did.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's not so glamorous. So there's no stories around all that.
No.
When I was on radio, it's different.
Yeah.
When you're an entertainer, and that sells more. But yeah. So I traveled all over the country. I went places I never thought I'd be, doing campaigns for Kenya Kwanza.
Okay.
And it started with UDA.
Okay.
Yes, I did the manifesto launch for the current Prime Cabinet Minister, Musalia Mudavadi.
Oh, yeah?
I was part of the strategy team. Yes, we helped set up that whole earthquake and his launch, and then the merger. So that's what has been that the year that has been out of the 2 years. That's what I was doing.
So before then, before they looked for you, called you and said, we want you to come and help in these areas, and we'll get to that. So that period of time when there's all of this noise around you and about you, and I know we just touched a bit on it when you were last year, about how that's when you discovered the people who are true and loyal,
Okay.
and those who are not.
Yes.
And obviously it was painful to make those discoveries.
Of course.
Yes. So did you lose more?
No, it was an experience that I never expected. I just woke up one day and things went the way they went, and I just made peace with it. On
How
your
do you
show,
make
and
peace with
myself.
that? How do you make...
By not holding on to grudges, by not holding on to the past, because every new day I have my kids growing up, I have my family, I have all these guys that who still look up to me, and I still have my 2 feet, my 2 hands, my 2 eyes, as in Nico Sao, Maze. So I just the challenge that I faced just made me a better man and a better person, and made me just try to work harder and hustle better. Yeah, with a bit of focus. Yes.
So did your phone stop ringing? I hear lots of stories like when you're out of a certain space and you have a particular group of friends, and when something happens and...
Well, I hear those stories too, but yes.
It didn't happen to you?
It did happen to me, like when I left radio. So the people I used to associate with more, definitely, called me less. But I made new friends. I made, new acquaintances. As in, I just moved on. As in, the phone rings. My phone rings. My phone is always...
Of course now it's ringing.
No, not really. As in, it has always been but it's new challenges, new people, and as in new spaces. Yeah, so it still rings. But yes, when I left radio, the first 3-4 months, it was hectic as it was, crazy as it was. Yes, so many people who I used to associate with in that space. I understand they had to continue with their lives, and I know they say that when you get fired, you get replaced, and life goes on.
So how do you then learn to trust again?
Well, it was not a relationship.
It was your friends, it's not a relationship?
No, as in, it's not a relationship. That question is like, if it's a woman who's left me, that's when I'll have issues with, heartbreak. I'll have issues of, trusting again, loving again. No, it wasn't about that. I made a mistake. Either way you look at it, whether I was right, whether they were wrong, whether I was wrong, it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah, so it's not an issue about trusting. It's just an issue of growing. I've just matured better.
Yeah.
And I realized that, life was not as simple as it was. Because, when you do something for 17 years, it's not a joke. And you get too used to it. You get too comfortable. And I think, Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
I know it's a cliche, but that's a fact. As in, every time you go through whatever you're going through, today, tomorrow, as in, there's a reason why all that is happening. It's part of life. And in this cycle of life, you just have to keep up with it.
So what was your reason then? What did you discover as the reason you went through that?
I haven't discovered yet, but one of the things that I realized was that, where I was, I needed to get out of there.
Oh?
Yes, it's just that it happened the way it happened. But I needed to get out of that space because I needed to look at life differently. Yes, and I'm now understanding life better. I've not cracked it yet. Nobody has cracked life. But I have a new perspective in how I deal, how I move, how I associate.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm here. I'm still the same Shaffie Weru. I still go out, I still club. People still assume that I drink too much, I party too much, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's their opinion.
Wow, you've said something I want to dig in a bit, So first you've spoken about how your perspectives are now different.
Yes, sir.
And you've also said something else that's, I think, very profound when you said you needed to leave, but it's just that this experience happened and, that was your...
Yes.
Because 17
It beat me to it.
Yes. It beat you to it.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Yes.
So then, are we saying, therefore, that at times you know when it's time to say goodbye to something?
Yes.
Or part ways? But then you're like, not now.
As in, a change is as good as a rest.
Right.
If you keep on doing the same thing over and over and over, you'll end up like the president of Gabon, being in power, drunk in power. Even whatever's happening to him right now, he's still a bit delusional about everything.
Right.
So, I just needed to just venture and just, attack life differently.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and so how have your perspectives then changed?
They've changed.